welcome to StampingCatCrew.com. Today we're going to make this super fun and easy. It's called Beautiful Day. Stamp set is, and we're going to do the Brusho technique just on the background. So I know we've done a landscape before. It's not real forgiving. This is a technique that is very, very forgiving. So pretty envelope, ready to go, butterfly. So I'm going to show you what we started with. Got my base components. Watercolor paper. Stampin' Up! Has some great watercolor paper. I've heat embossed the butterfly in white already right in this corner. So this is the butterfly image. Works perfect with the Brusho, which is actually watercolor crystals. So they come in bottles like this. The three colors that I'm going to use today is the Prussian blue, the brilliant red, and the yellow. And then you'll see what we're going to do. It's super easy and fun. A little bit goes a very long way, which is why I've got just a tiny thumbtack stuck in the bottom of each one just to shake out some crystals. So these are watercolor crystals, super fun. It's called the Brusho brand technique. So that's it. I've already added some sticky strip to the back. Anytime we use watercolor paper, shimmer paper, anything like that, your paper can tend to curl up. And so I like a very strong adhesive on this. What we're going to do, Stampin' Up! Used to sell these, but even if you didn't have it, it's totally fine. Don't have to have it. But you can just even like quarter a box if you want to. I like it because it keeps my mess contained, and I am a kind of a non-messy kind of person. So for me, relaxing means that everything is clean and where it's supposed to be. So the first color we're going to start with is the brilliant red, and I'm going to do it in the bottom corner here, and I'm going to sprinkle some crystals onto there. And don't forget, you can always go back and add more. You can't take away. So that's one of the things you want to remember when you're doing stuff with this technique. The next layer, we're going to do some yellow. And I'm going to go straight across there. And the final top layer is going to be the blue. And you can see I'm adding it to the top of the wings. And part of what we're going to do is, because I'm going to use the Stampin Spritzer here, and it has water in it, and I'm actually going to go at it at an angle going this way. So what I want to do is spritz water. And then we're going to let that set for a minute and do its thing. And what I want to do is take a little bit of paper towel, and I'm going to take up some of that color. We're going to add a little more spritzing to make that nice and wet. And take up a little more of that color. And then, because this is an embossed image, it doesn't stick to the white. So if I go back with my paper towel and I remove that, it's going to end up with a pretty cool look. And you can see over here where we have some speckles, we do want some of that. But if you don't want too much of the speckled look, you can go back and you can add some water to that and get that a little more blended. And that's it, just like that. So that's going to be the base of your card. And then if you want to, you can take a heat gun. And all we're doing is drying the paper. We flip that over and get it to dry on the other side. And that kind of controls how much of the curve you get as well. So really, like I said, we took up a lot of that. I could have done probably a lot less for the Brusho, for the base, and would have been really good to go. So it just makes a kind of fun background. So if we take that away, this is what we have. And I'm going to put the base together and show you a couple of fun things that we did. And I've got some ribbons that are cut here. So I've got a longer piece of the Whisper White Organza, which is going to be for our image in the top corner here. And it runs parallel right here. And since we have the sticky strip on the back, it's going to stick really well to that. And then, like I said, because it's watercolor paper, I'm adding some additional snail right through the middle, even though we have sticky strip for all 4 of the sides, which is really important to have that stay down and centered. There's that. And our last 2 components is our sentiment, which is right here. And then we did something fun with this pool party, which I wanted to show you. I'm going to take my ribbon, and this is the Shimmer ribbon, and I'm going to cut it right in half. Like that. So we've done this on a couple other cards, but this is just, I just love the look and the flowing of this. So if I pull off the edge, I'm going to end up with a lot of these little pieces just like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little pile of them right here while I put together my other part of my card. So we've just got this little knot that's going to go right here. And so we've got our little knot that's right here. If we tighten that up a bit, I know just a matter of playing with how everything is going to lie. And what I want to do is have those little fringes hang down just like in here. And so you can see that we've done it right underneath where that attaches. And so I'm going to attach a glue dot right up inside there. I'm going to grab a little bundle of our fringes. And then if I make the top even right here, then I can stick that right onto the glue dot, and then you've got those fun little coordinating colored fringes hanging down. And this is a matter of just messing with the ends, pretty those up. And then the final component, of course, is your little tag. So I'm going to take one of our awesome mini glue dots, and I can set it right in the center of that sentiment. Then if we take some paper snips, we're just going to free cut. And a really cool way to get that centered is to just go in with your scissors from the center, and then go from the edge in and the edge in, until they meet just like that. And again, curve, which I love, and just adding a little bit of the snail adhesive where you're going to have each component. And that always here for you is going to stick right underneath of the end of that ribbon. So part of it's going to be hidden right here. I'm always thinking of you. And just like that. So for this effect, all I did was, there's a little stamp inside this set that has some little tiny, they're almost like flowers, but they just remind me of some little tiny blotches. And then I took an Aqua Painter and dabbed it in the Island Indigo in the lid. So we've talked about how to do that before, which is right here. If you squish the lid and then you can pick up some color with the Aqua Painter. One of the cool things that you can do with that then is have your hand right here and you can flick that color and it'll give you a nice little color right around here. And that's it. Super easy. Hardest part, honestly, is just the heat embossing. We've got some amazing white heat embossing powder. Just use a Versamark to do the butterfly, and everything else you're going to end up with so many different looks for your background. But you saw, even if you have too much, wet it again, dab it up with a paper towel, but always start with just a little bit, and I really think you'll get a cool look that you're going for. Thanks so much for stopping by, and happy creating.